Alrighty, and good morning. Sorry, I got distracted and lost track of the time. So here we go here in just a moment. Time for basement practice space yoga with me, Jiya, and we are ready to go. Now I'll give you a fair warning. We're having some work done on the house upstairs, getting a little bathroom repair taken care of, so you might hear a little background noise. One of two things, some kind of sander going, or the dog barking like crazy because there's a stranger in the house. So, fair warning, hopefully it won't distract us too much. But that leads us into the focus for the day, which is called pratyahara, the withdrawal of the senses. And it's one of the 8 limbs of yoga. Now, I struggled with this one for a long time. Withdraw the senses. What does that mean? Right? Close your eyes. Make sure the room is perfectly quiet. Some of you might have been students with me a long time. I used to go out and holler at people in the hall at the Y all the time. It's like, I don't bother with that anymore. One, it doesn't work. And 2, it's not what pratyahara means. You're going to hear. You're going to see. All right? You have a pet. The animal walks into the room where you're practicing. This is natural. This is not a bad thing, right? It's not that we don't notice. What we're learning with pratyahara is how to either not respond or make the conscious choice to respond. A lot of this practice is about being more than instinctive, doing things with awareness. Right? The human animal, we have those hardwired reactions. We startle when loud noise happens. Right? This is a survival instinct, and quite honestly, we need it. It is not a bad thing at all. Right? It really isn't. If you have children and one of them comes to you while you're practicing and needs something, you don't ignore them. Right? That's important to take care of. The fire alarm goes off. We had this happen at the Y, again, where I've taught. You get up and you leave. You don't stay and continue your practice. It's not safe. Right? But, again, so people being loud in the hall, working upstairs. You don't have to react to that. You do not have to. You can choose not to respond. And this is what that means, pratyahara. So we're going to find that awareness as best we can. And we'll get into more of why this practice is as we go along. So let's start seated. Nice, calm, comfortable, cross-legged or otherwise. There's a whole bunch of options for that too. Again, withdraw your senses. You do not have to sit like me or anyone else. Sit like you. Hands where you need. Again, it's your call. Palm up is considered optimal by some. It is symbolic of your openness, but if that doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it. Excuse me. Close your eyes and let yourself breathe for a few moments. And the other aspects of the practice that I always talk about are still in play here. Withdraw your senses does not mean hurt yourself, right? Hence, a non-harming. If you've gone too far, you're allowed to back up. You're allowed to rest. But at the same time, again, this does not mean, again, you do not make your full effort. And that may be uncomfortable. It can be, and sometimes needs to be hard, physically. Because this helps you focus even more. And you learn to calm the discomfort and work through it and with it. Again, it is not that you are in pain. Your breath still moves freely. In your practice, no matter how fast or slow it is, you're in a good spot. And it may still be hard. It may still be challenging. Eventually, it will ease. Not because the work itself gets easier, it's still hard. But you get stronger and more flexible and more focused. Right? Enjoy your senses. Again, this is part of being present with yourself, with your practice, fully. Okay, I'm done talking now. I know, I went on a lot. So, let's start some warm-up movements. Opening the eyes. If you still got them closed, we bring the fingertips back beside us, leaning back on our hips. The fingertips are lining up with our hips. Arms are fairly long, middle fairly strong, sitting nice and tall. And inhale, we lift up a bit. It's a small little back arch, nothing fancy. Shoulders nice and broad. You breathe. Withdraw your senses. So, as I always say, it doesn't matter how big a curve you make. This is one of the reasons I like to use this one as part of our warm-ups, because you can't really make it a very big curve by its very nature. Exhale up, sitting nice and tall now. Very good. And a twist to the right. Sorry, I'm not going backwards. Back of your left hand towards your right knee, right hand behind us. Sit nice and tall and exhale and turn. Again, we withdraw our senses from how far, from finishing. Right? Your turning doesn't stop. You reach your end point, your limit. That doesn't mean you quit working. We're pulling ourselves, withdrawing our senses deeper into our practice, being present. The lesson here, that feels good. Sorry. The lesson here is that it's all one thing. There is a wholeness to the practice. Even if you're not necessarily real sure about pratyahara, what the heck that means, it's still part of it. It's been there. I don't care if you've been practicing yoga for 30 years and this is the first time you've ever heard of it. And people like that, quite honestly. Just stay with the physical, and that's nothing necessarily wrong. Inhale onwards. Still has benefits. Back of the right hand towards the left knee, left hand behind side us. Up we go. Exhale, twist. But it's been a part of it, even if you haven't realized. And we inhale and untwist very carefully. All right, now we're going to put the right hand beside us. We're going to sweep the left arm nice and tall. And here we go. We're going to get a nice big long back arch. You feel this length. And the exhale, we arch. Again, you follow move. Withdraw your senses. Another way to do this is not about, again, the curve of it. It's the direction of it. The action is a movement up and slightly over. It creates length, creates space. Breathe. There you go. And we inhale up. Very, very tall. Let's bring that left hand down. And the right arm comes up. Big lean. And exhale. awareness deep into your alignment, into the positioning, into the work itself. Where does it need to relax? Inhale out. Where does it need to be strong? To maintain it. Same thing now as we exhale forward. Put your hands where you can. Breathe. And inhale up. And let's pause a moment here, just a few breaths. Getting that awareness steady and calm. Alright. Now we're going to start reclined this morning. We're going to treat this almost like a second level of warm-ups, although it will be naturally a little bit stronger. So let your legs extend a bit and lie back to lie down. All the way. Here we go. So once you get yourself nice and low on the floor, get the knees and ankles together here. We're just going to exhale and pull the knees up. Your hands either to the backs of the thighs or the shins. It is entirely up to you. Now breathe. Nice and calm. Let yourself lean again. Your shoulders and your lower back stay nice and long to the floor. Little strength in the arms. Again, the distance from knee to chest does not matter. Inhale. Let your heels and toes come down. Now, keeping your legs together, we're going to come into a nice, easy twist. Like I said, kind of a secondary level. It's a little bit stronger. Really be aware of keeping your left shoulder down as your left leg crosses over. Little turn in. Don't worry about how big a space you've got here. Flex your toes, both feet. Exhale, roll to the right. Again, so all the way over. And breathe. Inhale and twist. Carefully now. Right foot is flat. We're just going to let that left thigh turn out. Now, all I want you to do is use your left hand to help rotate the thigh. Make sure your knee isn't twisted. We're very strong here. You can bring your right hand beside you or leave the arm extended. But your next exhale, it's just the right leg pulling in. No, don't try to do anything else with the arms. Just a little strength right there. Let it work. Allow the outside of the left hip, the back of the thigh there, where it connects into your glutes, to relax. Again, we're keeping that thigh turn open so the knee isn't twisted. Same thing here, we fork the left toe so the ankle isn't overflexed. Again, how close? Doesn't matter. It's a little different, I know. Withdraw your senses. Things change. Inhale, let the right foot come down. Uncross your legs. Bring them back together. We do the same thing going the other direction. So we're going to cross the right knee over left. Little turn in, the arms are back extended, toes are flexed, middle's working, etc. Exhale, twist. Breathe. Good. Let's do the other side. We roll that right thigh out again. Here we go. Just the right hand. See a little bit of work here with the arms. Right toe stay flexed. And exhale in. Pull the left knee in again. Go where you can. And breathe. And inhale, the left foot comes down, and we uncross our legs. All right, a reclined Baddha Konasana. All right, okay, so we're going to turn the thighs out. Both hands now, soles of the feet together. Again, we do not let the back come up off the floor. So we exhale and release. So again, withdraw the senses down. I mean, although it's happening, right? You feel that weight. And focus your awareness on moving outward, releasing that way. The actual distance, how close, again, this part, it may not be any different whether you find that movement out or kind of feel like you're going down instead, which is the way I don't want you to. But again, this space is not the point. It can only open so much anyway. Again, withdraw your senses from how far. Once you can't tell, really. Once your thigh bone is run to the hip bone, it's not going to go any further. And the movement that way continues even when the body doesn't actually move any further. This is the action we're looking for. The release is out, not down. A few more breaths here. See if you can find that. If you don't, it's okay. Again, withdraw your senses. There is no timetable. You are not required to reach a certain point of awareness, of strength, of flexibility at any point. It's your practice. Bring your hands underneath your thighs, though. Let's inhale. And keeping the toes slightly flexed, we lift up. Now, careful. Don't just slap your legs together. You might pull something in there. You feel that, right? All right, we're going to exhale and bring our knees in. Now, hands to the backs of the thighs now. And we're going to extend our legs over. So recline Uttanasana. Now, don't worry if the arms are fully extended or you've got a big flex in the elbow. Don't bend the knee, though, and take it where you can. Breathing nice and calm. Now we're going to take the legs vertical with an inhale. Keep them active though, because we know we can do a 3-stage leg lift. So take your hands away and place them down. Now really press down. Now go ahead, even if you don't normally need it, it's just like give yourself some oomph here. Right? Breathe. And our next exhale, we lower the legs all the way to a 60-degree angle. Oh my goodness. Now again, that lengthening action remains. Gotta stay with it. Gotta feel that strength, both in the middle and the hands, across the shoulders. Your breath moving. And breathe. It is okay to be fast. Your breath will change as your strength grows. Exhale. Lower your legs to 30 degrees. As your awareness deepens and calms, so will your breath. But it takes time and effort. And it's also, again, a natural thing. Your body needs you to breathe faster when you're working harder. The body wants and needs more oxygen, and that requires a faster breath. It's okay. Exhale your heels down. Good job. Nicely done. We're going to bend the right knee, bring the left arm up, and our exhale rolls us over onto our front side. And we're going to, from there, press ourselves up, 2 hands and knees. Alright. Now, you can go to your forearms if this works better for you. Shoulders are above the wrists, hips above the knees. 1 foot back, then t'other, and exhale. Big length back. Flex your knees slightly, a little strength down the inner thigh. Downward facing dog, of course. I'm going to inhale down, hands and knees. Now a little extra hip opening here. We uncurl the toes. We're going to come into an extended child pose. We're going to take the knees just wider than the hips. The big toes touch, maybe. Middle's nice and strong. As you exhale, you drop back. Your upper body in this instance now stays quite similar positioning as it was with downward facing dog. Now go ahead, let your hands come back a little bit. If you have to get you pulled down. Again, you do not have to sit on your heels. Take it where you can. Breathe. Inhale up, hands and knees. Bring those knees in. 1 foot back, then t'other, and exhale. Down dog again, and we will exhale and walk our feet in. Bend your knees, bend your knees. Flex them strongly, the knees that is. Not necessarily to really work your quads, but to give you a nice length here over. As we tuck the chin, the shoulders back. Again, here we go, withdraw the senses. It's not that hard, maybe. Right? Again, maybe it is. Not about the strength of it. Yeah, being fully a part of it is what's key here. We exhale. Now press your legs long. Try not to sit your weight back. So that means your fingers got to go forward a little bit. It's okay. This might actually give you a little more room to extend your legs fully. And full Uttanasana now. Bring that strength up the front. Really making it work. Feel your shins engage. You want to feel your kneecaps lift, which is a weird thing. Never really understood that. It helps. Exhale, maybe you can fold a little bit deeper. Again, try not to let that weight sink back. I do it really easily. I discovered here in the past year or so that I have a real issue with that. This is something I am working on. Again, it's always a practice. Always learning. Slight flex of your knees. We inhale up. Come vertical. So feel that middle work. Go ahead, let your arms sweep up into an extended Tadasana. And we exhale down. And bring the hands together. Standing nice and tall, vertical, focused, present. Withdraw your senses into this even way. Again, not how perfect it's aligned. It can't be fully straight. Another example, Pratyahara. Look at this active energy that is quite vertical. Your body is by nature not linear. Energy in. Can have both at the same time. But the perfection of the alignment is not the goal. So withdraw your senses from perfecting an asana and focus in on the practice of it. In this case, a tree pose, Virkasana, on the right foot first. your hands apart, bring them back together, lift your left heel, and roll the thigh. Now again, don't worry about how high up your foot goes. Feel in that alignment. Use your hands. Again, it's okay. Any of it. Exhale out. Doesn't matter where the foot goes. Just don't shove it into your leg. Try to keep your hips level. Your breath calm. Exhale the hands up if you want. You do not have to. Exhale up. You do not have to keep the hands together. Take them apart if that works better for you. Some days it does, some days it doesn't. I think today is one of those days. Breathe. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Hands open out. Exhale down. And inhale the left foot down. Excellent work, everybody. Let's do the other side. So, I'm going to turn. I don't know why I'm just doing it. I know. Be mindful. Yeah, I am. I'm still practicing. All right, here we go. So, here we start with both feet. Middle's working. Hands together. Thumb up, etc. Lift your right heel. Roll it up. Whoop. And this is technically it, right? All the weight is on the left foot. So if you pull your foot higher, you can do so. You don't have to, though. Your hands don't have to go up. They don't have to stay together. Breathe. And exhale down. Very good, everybody. Nicely done. Okay, now we're going to work a couple more standing poses here. And we're going to come into a side stretch. Alright, and we'll come out of it and kind of do a little reverse version of that. Okay, so nothing too fancy with it. We're going to start with the right foot in front. So, your feet go hip width apart. Right? So, when you step the left foot back, you do not put that heel like this. Okay? They stay hip width apart. So if that means your feet don't go as far, then they don't go as far. We want to keep the hips squared up with the narrow end of the mat. This is your base for this. This is your foundation. So you're good and strong. This is my conductor speak for good and strong. So, middle's work. Yeah, it's not that it's so tight you can't breathe, but it's keeping you open. Right? We're going to bring the left hand to the right wrist here. Roll the shoulders slightly. Now really feeling the work of the inner leg. Your next exhale. Don't round down. Extend long. Shoulders level. You will come along your leg. Maybe your shoulder will touch your knee. Maybe not. It's not about your forehead hitting your shin. In fact, your forehead is more towards the inside of the leg because that's where the spine is. You've lined it up. You don't want to come over your leg. Coming along it. And we breathe. Inhale up. Now push. If you need your hands, do so. Now, we're going to let the hands go either way once we're up by it. Once you bring your left hand to your hip, the right arm comes up. We're just going to get a big extension. So your left hand is actually going to tip a little bit. Now you keep your shoulders nice and open. Now you're not going to go too far. Don't curve back. This is an opening through the front of the right side here. And you know, I know you're looking at me like, but your back's curved a little bit. Of course it is. Its spine's curved. The body's curved. The action. I don't know, 50-degree angle, 60, 75-degree angle, something like that. I'm not measuring. Exhale up. Get more of an engineering bend. You can try to figure that out. I'm not going to. Bring your left foot up. Let's lift the right foot back. We're going to do the other side. You know, in both of these movements here, we want length, an active sense of length through our sides and through the front and the back of the body. Again, you're not really getting any longer. Right. Again, withdraw your senses. Muscles don't stretch. This pose is called side stretch. And we should have a different name because I try not to use the term stretch at all. It implies the muscles moving back and forward like this. They don't. You know, open a little bit. It's a fiber. It's more like a rope. Maybe a slightly stretchy one, but not a bungee cord. Not a rubber band. Yeah. Goal is to relax the muscle while keeping it active. Length of it is open, but still strong. Right hand to your left wrist, and we exhale forward. It's hard, I know. Inhale up. Again, once we're mostly upright, right hand, left arm, again, it's just up and back. So in addition to this space here, one of the things we're really concentrating on, this is some core strength. Very small movement down in the front. Tipping the pelvis up. Keeping your back from curving too much. Yeah, it's kind of curved. Of course it's curved. It's supposed to. Like I just said a moment ago. Weren't you listening? It's okay. Exhaling. Nice. Well, that feels good. Bring the right foot up. Easy fold now. Just flex your knees quite a bit. We're just going to come and hang over on it. Alright, flex your knees a bit more, fingertips down by your toes, getting your big toes pretty close together. We'll lift those heels up. We squeeze the knees in. Little work here. And we bounce. As best we can. Felt like my hair slipped for a minute. We're going to shift our weight forward, fingertips down. We'll just bring one knee down, and then the other. Alright, now we're going to come into some back arching movements here. We're going to step again, one foot back. Let's get some length. Again, we've got a couple of folds, a couple of extensions. We're going to really get some space here. Alright, we've got a lot of length. Again, see how we're going to move that flex and arch. We flex in the front, and we're going to arch in the back in this instance. So now we've got this flex. Then we inhale forward. Then knees, chin, chest come to the floor. Elbows are back. We uncurl. Now that same work we talked about in that standing, that reverse side stretch. There it is again. Very active. Down. Arms back. Now we're going to come into a locust pose here. The arms like so. And it's not a big curve up. The lengthen. Again, withdraw your senses. Back to that. Inhale now. Yes, you're lifting up. Of course, you have to. But some of that lift, a lot of it actually, comes from the lengthening action. You can't necessarily just lift up like this, holding your back. And now exhale down. Bring your hands underneath your forehead for a moment. Breathe. Then let your hands come behind your shoulders. Strong middle. Curl your toes. Lift yourself up. Hands and knees. Bring your knees up. Now keep them at about hip width apart. Try not to let your toes come in. Again, go where you can. We're going to child's pose here. Round it up. And exhale back. And again, you don't have to sit on your heels. If the space is there, you're getting down towards the floor. Maybe you can't get the body or neck. Your hand doesn't actually rest on the floor. Bring your hands back. It's okay. Yeah. Looking there. Take that spine in the reverse direction. We just put a lot of work. There's a lot of strength involved there. Let it relax. We're going to inhale back up. Okay, back into the downward facing dog. And we're going to do another locust pose, a little variation on that, a little stronger. And then again, come out and do another child's pose with a slight variation on that. Just so you're aware. One foot back. And the other. Exhale. Inhale forward. Again, knees, chin, chest with your exhale. Uncurl your toes. All right, again. Lots of strength through the lower abdomen, through the pubic bone. Feel it. Tuck your chin. Now, couple of options here. We're going to start with the hands like so, if at all possible. And if it's not, just bring them back like we did a moment ago. And lift your hands, great. About halfway through the maintaining of this, we're going to try to bring the arms up like this. Don't let the hands drop below, the elbows drop below the level of the shoulders. Right? The elbows are behind the shoulders, that's fine. That's not the point. We're just bringing a little more weight towards your butt and put a little more work in the back. If it gets to be too much, just bring the hands back like that. Right? Here we go. And if you can, you interlace your fingers. Left thumb. Feel the extension. Again, this is all length. Mostly length. Again, it's a little lift. Couple of breaths here. Again, withdraw the senses. Again, that doesn't mean you suffer. Oh, bring them up. Doesn't work. Take them back. Nice. Inhale down. Couple of breaths. And turn your face if you want. However is comfortable for you. Then we're going to bring the hands again behind our shoulders. We curl our toes under. Strong middle. One more time. Still, always. Exhale up. Again, bring your knees in. So they're underneath the hips. And this time we're going to bring those legs really closely together. Again. How close? Whether they touch or not, that's up to you and your thighs. Then we exhale up, round it a bit, and go back. Again, if it's not easy for you or uncomfortable for you to get your forehead on the floor, you can bring your hands back. If you have your head on the floor, it's good for you, and you want to, again, this is an option. You can bring your hands back by your ankles. Again, that really lifts you up. Bring it back up in front. It's okay. Again, it's your speed. Arms reach out. Inhale up. Cross your ankles. Roll back and sit up. Nicely done, everyone. All right, let's let those legs go long. Now, we got to twist again. Do we got it? Yes, we do. I said so. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to come into a half Lord of the Fishes twist. Look for a little hip opening, and then we're going to get a nice big leg extension with, again, another hip opening action. All right? And take it where you can all the way through. So with the left leg long, right foot up just by the inside leg, we're going to cross the right foot over, shift it around a little bit. Turn your left thigh, swing that heel back. Flex your toes, push down, be strong. Alright, here we go. Left arm around, or maybe to the outside. It is up to you. Right hand behind us. Up we sit. Exhale, we twist. Again, withdraw your senses. Go where you can. Don't quit. Don't force it past your limit. Don't hurt yourself. There is no perfect here. It's practice. The body has plenty of variations to it. For some people, twists are very easy. For others, they are not. The work is yours. It is not about matching anyone. Another thing to withdraw your senses from. You do not have to keep up with the Joneses. Never like those people. Anyway, no. I'm sorry. Inhale and twist. That foot goes long. Right leg goes long. Flex, flex, roll thighs. Up we sit. Pull very strong. Exhale, pull. Then again, we got a cross ankle forward fold, Paschimottanasana variation, where we're going to get a release in the outside of the right hip a bit, and of course the back of the left leg. Inhale out. In the middle, stay strong all the way through. And we uncross our legs. Okay, now, as you undoubtedly guessed, we're doing the other side. So, smart people, I know you knew that. Up we sit, left foot out. Again, you do not have to bend your right knee, okay? And if this leg's got to stay long, then let it happen. Find out, right? The twist part of this is no different, really, whether you have the leg extended or not. We're adding in hip opening, adding in knee flexing, and just a little different awareness to it. Again, right elbow, where it works for you. Exhale, twist. right leg swings out. The left leg goes long. We flex the toes. Again, cross ankle Paschimottanasana. We exhale where we can. And we breathe. You let it relax where it needs to for you. It's your work. And inhale. Alright. Uncross your legs. Baddha Konasana. Now we're not folding here. We're just going to really focus on the release of the inner leg. Now we've just done a couple of folds in a row. So we're going to bring the feet in. Pull the heels in. Now really use your middle again. One more time. I want to sit up real tall. Let your hands do some of this work. So you get that length. Now, don't worry about if your knees are in your ears. We're going to turn the thigh out slightly. Again, it's just a awareness of it. It doesn't really turn too much. And try to get your hands underneath the little toes. Leave them at the ankles if that's not going to work for you. Begin the movement with your exhale. It's left and right. Not down. Breathe. This feels really good. Let's inhale though. We're gonna let that work. Try not to lift your knees up. Try instead to allow that work to ease. Your knees come up as a result. Keep your middle strong as you allow your legs to partially extend. Hands maybe helping bring your legs up. Now don't worry about how close the heels and the knees are. We're gonna lie back. We're gonna lie down. All the way. Again. Nice and easy. Now, once we got that back nice and long to the floor again, we're going to exhale, pull the knees up, getting the legs pretty close together. Okay. Again, we're going to try to squeeze in. Okay. Can't reach your knees. Bring your hands to your thighs. Just get everything as tight as you can. Now, one more. We're going to curl this up just a bit. So as we exhale, round up. Now, if it's too much pressure for you in the middle of your back, come down. Again. Focus on the length of it. Let your lower back off the floor a bit. It's going to curve up so that your shoulders are up. You don't actually have to put your forehead on your shins. Inhale. Let that length return, allowing the shoulders and the lower back to come to the floor. Inhale to let your feet come down. Allow the backs of the hands to find a good spot on the floor. Palms up. Don't worry about how far up from your hips they are. And exhale, and if it's comfortable as your thighs roll open, you allow your legs to extend. You try that, it doesn't work for you. Bend your knees back up. Close your eyes. In the space between the heels does not matter, however you're holding your legs. Breathe. Withdraw your senses. Alright, it's Shavasana, the relaxation pose at the end. Just a few minutes. If you've been in more than a few yoga classes, you know we're almost done. It's human nature to start to think about what comes next. Withdraw your senses into the present. Be part of the relaxing of your body. We're not falling asleep. We're also not doing anything else. For just a few minutes. Pace of your breath, aware of it. You do not have to analyze it, judge it. It just is. It will change. At some point it's going to slow a little bit. Yeah. This is natural. Nobody's going to relax. Little or a lot, how much, again, does not matter with Doyo Sensei. You do not have to astral project. You can't anyway. It's just made up hooey. The awareness of yourself is the awareness of everything, because you are a part of it. Just like all those aspects of the practice are whole. So are you. So am I. Don't let it go to your head, the floor is too. Breathe. And flex your fingers a little bit now. And flex your toe. Calm movement of hands and feet, arms and legs. Bending your elbows and your knees, back and forth, gently, calmly. And your next inhale, it reaches your arms up past your ears. You'll let your legs, a little extra extension, nice and long either way. The right arm by your ear, your left knee bends a bit. We exhale and roll onto our side, all the way over. And from there, we're going to press ourselves up. One more time, a nice comfortable seated position, cross-legged otherwise. As you sit tall, the hands come together, the thumbs touch the chest. And everybody smiles real big. We're amazing. Thank you all. Namaste. All right, well done, everybody. Thank you so much. Okay, quick caveats, information, announcements. There's a PayPal link up, a Venmo link, a CashApp link. It's donation-based, though. The choice is yours, whatever you think is fair. It's very much appreciated, everything. All right? If you have questions about anything we covered today, do not hesitate to, leave me a comment on the video itself, or you can send me a message personally. I'm happy to answer. All right. The videos stay up. I've got, I don't know how many hundreds of these things now. Those event pages on Facebook, you are welcome. We'll go back, practice again. All right. Feel free. If you go back more than 6 months, you're going to see me without hair, and it looks really weird. I just got to give you a fair warning. All right, and I'm back at it next weekend, Saturday morning, 9:30 Chicago time, for those of you who are in different parts of the country or different parts of the world. Look forward to it as always. So thank you all so much. Be safe and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.